Hi, this is Yaro Stark. What I'd like to do now is invite you to join my EJ Insider Premium Members Program. What you're going to get are 2 brand new interviews every month. And what I've done is actually put these interviews together into a special sequence that combines what I believe are the most important topics for you to work your way through if you're a brand new online entrepreneur or someone who's looking to grow their business or their blog to the next level. These are interviews with people who have built multi-million-dollar blogs or had huge success building some kind of online business, selling a product or a service, or perhaps selling information products online. Now, on top of the 2 interviews, I've also put together an action plan every single month that goes through and extracts the key leverage points from what you learn in the interviews. What I actually did was went back and listened to the interviews a second time myself, taking down the notes on what I believe are the key points that makes these people successful. I've then written a report for you that's 5 to 10 pages long and includes 5 action steps for you to execute that month based on what you learned from that month's interviews. Now, you don't have to do every single action in the action plan. However, I do recommend you at least do 1 or 2 because then I know you're going to get a massive return on investment for your membership into the EJ Insider program. On top of the 2 new interviews and the action plans each month, you also get immediate access to my podcast vault. Now, the podcast vault is every single interview I've ever released in the past. What I've done is collected them and put them onto one page where you can see all the interviews and immediately download any single one you like. What I've also decided to do is include all the other interviews that I haven't released for free, but I've included in my paid coaching programs. Now, I've previously run coaching programs on how to build a profitable blog and also how to launch membership and subscription sites. So what you're going to find are the interviews I did especially for these programs. So they're people talking about their success building blogs, getting traffic, making big money from their blogs, and also people who have actually launched membership sites and subscription services and made even more money using that business model. These interviews are not available publicly. They're only paid program interviews that I released when I did these coaching programs. What I've done is made them available to you as bonuses inside the EJ Insider program. Now, I've also got one more set of interviews coming to you. These are also unreleased. They're interviews that I conducted that didn't quite fit into the regular monthly schedule. So what I've decided to do is surprise you with these special bonus interviews and throw them into the off weeks when you're not getting the regular series. These interviews also feature expert entrepreneurs, but what I've done is ask them questions about things that you probably haven't heard them talk about before. Now, every interview I do features my storytelling formula. You see, I've been doing podcast interviews since the year 2006, and I've always used what I call the entrepreneur's journey technique, which is going back in time to when the entrepreneur first started as a business person, and then I take them through the chronology as they gain new skills, start businesses, some fail, what they learn along the way, and then what they did to reach the success that they have today. The beauty of this system, it's a wonderful narrative, so you get caught up in the story and you're better to engage in the content, absorb it, and learn from the techniques that these people executed. Plus, you also get to hear the background story, which I think is just as important as hearing the success story from today, because you need to know where these people were before they had success. If you're just starting online, I really think it's a lot more helpful to hear the entire story, because then you can put yourself in the place of where that person was when they were just a beginner and see what they did then. Because there's no point replicating what they do when it's months or years down the track when they have a lot more resources available to them. You want to hear how they got started during the early days so you can replicate their steps at that point when you're in your early days. So just to recap, you're going to get 2 brand new interviews inside the EJ Insider program every month. You're going to get the handwritten action plan from me that highlights the key leverage points from each of the interviews, as well as giving you 5 steps to complete that month. You're going to get access to the podcast vault, which has all my publicly released interviews and new interviews released every single month. You're also going to get the special bonus interviews, which are unreleased interviews that didn't fit into the regular sequence I have for you, as well as the paid coaching program interviews I've only ever released before in my coaching program. When I started online, I was working from home. I didn't really have any friends or peers who were doing the same thing as I did. In fact, most people I knew were doing jobs, and they found what I was doing really risky and probably a dangerous thing to do because they thought I wouldn't make any money. In order to actually have success, I knew I needed to surround myself with like-minded people. However, it was hard to find anyone locally that were like that. That's why I turned to interviews. Now, I think one of the best benefits of joining the EJ Insider Club is getting access to a bunch of people who've done what you want to do. If you listen to an interview every day, which is what I recommend you do, it's like you're fortifying your mind against all the naysayers out there. You're also hearing success stories from people who used to be where you are now, who've gone on to make really big money. I don't know about you, but I find that very motivating. And in fact, it's because I listened to interviews before I had success online and while I was building my business that I think made the difference to actually achieving the results that I was going after. Because I found it very motivating. It's like having your own private mastermind group you can tap into whenever you need a boost. Now, on top of the actual motivation and inspiration you get from people in interviews, you also learn real techniques. In my experience, I actually learned really the ins and outs of email marketing, how to do product launches, and how to build traffic and market my blog, primarily through what I learned from interviews. See, I used to buy products, and one of the first things I went to was the interviews that came with the products. I'd listen to those, I listened to teleconferences, and I download podcasts, getting information on how people solve problems. And whenever I had similar problems, like for example, I might be struggling to get an audience to my blog, or maybe I'm not getting a good conversion rate on my newsletter opt-in form, I learned from people who specialize at these things in interviews. Now, inside my EJ Insiders Club, you're getting access to over 100 interviews. These are people who've done things in social media. They're conversion experts, they're launch experts, people who built multi-million-dollar blogs using different business models, from advertising to selling information products online, and some people have software as a service business. I can guarantee you that whatever problem you're facing right now with your business, there's someone who I've interviewed who solved that problem. So I know if you listen to the interviews, you're going to find the answers, the actual techniques you can apply to get through whatever it is you're facing now with your business. Now, the format of all the interviews is MP3. So you can take that on your portable device, whether that's an iPhone or an Android phone or some kind of MP3 player. You can also play it on your computer, of course. And you can take that with you in the car, on an airplane, when you're exercising, wherever you like to consume information like this. And one little tip you might want to try is actually speeding up the audio so you can listen to the interviews in half the time or even less, which is a really fantastic productivity tool that I use myself when listening to interviews. I've also made text transcripts available of all the interviews, and these are done by American-based editors, so you're going to get a higher quality transcript from those exclusive interviews. And I've included show notes. Now, the show notes have timestamps, so you can go back and listen to the exclusive interviews and find the different areas where we talked about each subject, which will help you find the gold nuggets without needing to go through and listen to the entire interview again. Just to recap, you're going to get 2 brand new interviews every month in an exclusive sequence I've set up just for you, as well as an action plan that highlights the leverage points that I've taken out from each interview and gives you 5 action steps to execute to get a real result from your membership inside the EJ Insider program. You'll also receive some special bonus interviews I've included as surprises on the off weeks inside the program, and the podcast vault, which is all the interviews I've ever released in one page where you can easily download any of my interviews anytime you like, and they're all available to you as soon as you join the program. You're also going to receive the premium coaching interviews that I did that were only part of my paid blogging and membership site programs in the past. All these interviews are available to you inside the EJ Insider program as text transcripts and MP3s. I know you're going to get a lot out of them. There's every single subject you could imagine in there about online entrepreneurship and blogging, everything you need to know about building a successful internet business, and of course, most importantly, lots of motivational talk there to keep you working day in, day out on your business, which I believe is the most important key to success. You want to stay focused, you want to stay positive, and the best way to do that is hear success stories every single day of people who've done what you're trying to do. So to enroll in your EJ Insider membership right now, all you need to do is click the button you see near this video, and then you'll join the program by going through a payment process, and then I'll send you a welcome email with all your login details for the membership site. Now, I'm offering a 30-day refund period for everything in EJ Insider. This is to protect you so you can try my interviews, go through, buy them, download as many as you like, listen to them, and within 30 days, if you decide it's not the right program for you or just not helping you in any way, you can email me and my assistant or myself will get back to you with a refund, no questions asked. I'll even let you keep any of the interviews you've already downloaded. However, of course, I'm very confident you're going to love everything inside the EJ Insider program, so you're going to stay a member for months after that to get all the great exclusive interviews I'm going to release to you as you go through the program. Well, I hope by now I've convinced you to at least give my EJ Insider program a try. To do so, all you need to do is click one of the buy buttons you see on the page where this video is. After you do that, you'll be taken through my secure payment processor. You'll make payment and set up your regular subscription. From there, you'll receive a welcome pack email which has your membership login details. Then you can log into my secure protected member area and download any of the interviews, as well as start receiving regular emails with all the new exclusive content, including the interviews and the action plans. I know you're gonna love all the interviews inside my EJ Insider program. They're full of motivation, insight, and real techniques you can apply to your business right now. They are problem-solving solutions, and that to me is the key to building a business, solving problems and staying motivated. I look forward to seeing you on the inside of the EJ Insider program. My name is Yaro, and I'll talk to you again very soon.